Okay, I was telling you guys that I was rethinking how to draw the round-headed character, and how I thought maybe the other proportions weren't working. So here he is before. So I started with a circle. Let's say, so like this was the original circle here. And then the middle would have been here, and then we moved it that far. So then we added on to the back of the head, just like we were doing other things, or the other faces and stuff. And these ones looked okay, but for some reason this one almost came out looking alienish or something like that. I don't even know what you want to say, but it didn't look natural, and for good reason. Most people don't have perfectly round heads, but I was talking to my brother, who's also an artist, and we were saying how, I mean, if his head really is round or like a globe, no matter how you turn a globe, it stays the same. So I guess the same thing would apply in these proportions. So then it doesn't really, a round-headed person doesn't really apply to the proportions we were using before. So what we're going to do when you draw a round-headed person, you pretty much just stick with a circle. So start with your circle, and there it is pretty much. His head just fits right into the circle. Same thing with this one. I mean, they're pretty much exactly the same. I just tried it out twice to make sure it worked. So there it is. See that? They're both, it's just a circle. So even if it was front facing, it would be a circle. If it was the whole way to the side, it would be a circle that you would start with. And obviously certain things change, because you see here, I'll just finish one. See how like you take in the cheek a little bit by the eye. And so you have a little button nose. For some reason this pencil's not working right. Okay, sorry, but I might have to switch to another pencil. And this one's not that much better. I hope you guys can end up seeing this well. So these are the proportions I think look the best. And hopefully you'll agree. If you like the way the other one looked, and you like the way it did it, then that's fine. I mean, whatever looks best to you. But just to me and my brother, this seemed to make the most sense, since we're dealing with like a circle or a globe, or a sphere, I guess that would be another word that you would use. I would say that this is probably the best principle for that. Remember, the eye on the side always gets foreshortened on this side here. It's going to be a lot. It's not, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's thinner than this eye is. If you like this straight line thing, I always do that now, and I really like it. It's something I just kind of developed, I think, while I was doing these videos, and it's pretty helpful for me to keep the eyes straight. I don't know if other people notice, but I have noticed that other artists, one eye is a lot higher than the other, or just doesn't look quite right, and so I think that helps. And I think I have a problem with keeping the eyes in line when I'm drawing, so it's a good way to fix that for me. I hope that this one's a lot more helpful for you guys. I think it looks a lot better. And I mean, I'm growing along with you, learning what looks right and what doesn't, and I hope you agree that this one does look better. I was looking at, whenever I was doing this, I was looking at some pictures of Astro Boy, and I was looking at some old pictures of, no, now I can't even think of his name, the guy that draws Astro Boy. But anyway, I remember the old stuff. Astro Boy's neck was really thick, and it almost seemed like the artist of it was having a difficult time of making it look okay with this big round head, being able to sit on a little body, and he couldn't do it with something like a little neck, so he just kind of either just threw the head on top of the body or made it thick. So I think this looks pretty decent the way it is, and I hope you guys do. I hope you guys do too. I didn't make this as far out as that. I don't know if you noticed that, but I was thinking that the spike is coming right out the back of this guy's head. And so I made this one bigger because it's turned more, and you would see more of the spike if it was turned more than if it was turned less. You would see a little bit less of this spike, so that's why I made a little bit less spike on the side of the head on this one. I'm also going to try and draw it in profile view right next to this, so that you guys can see, since I just did the video of the profile view of the other men, but I didn't draw the boy because I wanted to do this video to kind of take back what I had said before about how to do it. So, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect either. And we're all learning together. And like I said, if you like the other one, then use it. And I think it looked decent, but then when I did it like this, or when I redid it, I was like, oh no, this is right. So, if you compare them, if you go back and watch the videos, or I'll hold the other one back up to get to this, and you might see, wow, that looks a lot better. Okay, so just like the other videos, we break it down in the center. Ah, yes, but this is not going to be like the other videos, remember that. And then we break it down in the center. Okay, so in the other ones we found this point, and then we said, okay, this is where this is. And then we would take the measurement from here to here and add it. But we're not doing that with this guy, because he's a sphere. So we just kind of chop that part out. So then, like, these lines all become, they have to come out of our head. It has to just become whatever you think looks good. Because with the other way of doing it, you know, we drew this circle, like that, you know, and then this was the center line of this head, and then we move it over this far, and then, so we knew where the jaw line was, remember, because it was the side of this head. But in this one, or in these ones, you don't know that because you're not given that guideline. So we just kind of have to just fudge it, I guess, or whatever you want to say. So we'll put his little nose poking out, and then he's gonna have more of a forehead. That. Make his nose a little bit bigger. remember, we try to give the distance of an eye, considering his eyes are pretty big. I'm going to pull it back quite a bit. So if you notice, I did not practice this one beforehand, so we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it looks good. I don't know if he looks like Astro or if he could be some kind of Shark Boy character or something. When I'm doing these videos, I'm always worried that my head is getting in the camera. So if it is, I am sorry. I'm trying not to. But these are the kind of things that you just don't think about when you're drawing. Also, the other thing when I realized when I was drawing these is that you try to keep this neck in the center of the entire circle for the most part. And I think that's what makes it look the most correct. So try to just keep it centered in the circle. I guess that's what makes sense, because if you were holding up a ball or something, to make it balanced it has to be right underneath your hand, or something has to be right underneath the center. So most likely some kind of base or something has to be right in the center to hold it. My pencil is definitely losing its sharpness. But I just want to give you guys the rough look of how this should be. And hopefully that this works a lot better for you than the other one. I'm sorry if I led anyone astray, but I think this one will make you a lot happier. Remember guys, if you have any ideas that you want me to draw, or topics you want me to sketch about or whatever, just let me know. Drop me a comment in the comment section in the videos, and just let me know what you think. Whether you liked the video, whether it was helpful, or whatever. So, alright, I think that's it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye. If you guys will let me, I'd like to plug my comic book, Legend of the King, Chios Chronicles. It's an epic fantasy battle manga about a boy destined to be a king. He gets anointed by a seer, and then what follows is his challenges, fighting the king that's already in place, that is no longer wanted, and also fighting the warring nation that's going against them. Obviously not all that is concluded in this story, but you get the beginning of all that, those battles and things like that. It's fun, it's humorous in some spots, serious in others. It's a lot of action, fighting. It's all black and white like most manga. You'll notice that as I'm paging through a little bit. But yeah, I really enjoyed making it, and I think, I enjoy reading it. I've read it a bunch of times, and I think you guys would probably enjoy it too, if you enjoy some fantasy comics, manga. So please do me a favor, if you can, pick it up and support me so that I can continue doing this. And thank you guys for letting me take some time and talk about it. Alright, thank you guys. Keep on drawing and never give up.